What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of CNC. It's episode number 43 and we are starting today's episode off on the back of the victory over Freiburg in the last game, in the last episode, which saw us win back-to-back Bundesliga titles with the big one, the first leg of our Champions League semi-final tie against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City in Dresden. I can't believe this, the fifth game against them in 2 seasons. It's crazy. I mentioned it in the last episode. We can't avoid these guys. Back to back, we've had them in the group stage, and now we meet in the final four of Europe's prestigious competition as well. So heading into the game, as we know, in the last tie against Atletico Madrid, we made it through on away goals after losing the second leg here in Dresden by a 1-0. Thankfully made it through after the 2-1 victory at the Metropolitano in Spain. So heading into the game, I talked about in the last episode the importance of away goals. So right from the very first whistle, Guardiola was listening in that last episode. They were going for an early away goal to put the pressure on straight away. We weathered a very early mini storm from Manchester City. A couple of really big saves by Sasha as it was still 0-0. And then 17 minutes in to the game, Mr. Dynamo Dresden, Ransford Yeboah, gives us the lead and puts us in front and makes it 1-0. I've said it so many times and I'll say it once again. You gotta have your leaders stepping up in the big games. It's what they do. So 1-0 Dresden, then 5 minutes after the restart, Gadikli rolls him through. He's in behind the back line. I've said it before and I'll say it again as well. When this guy gets in behind the back line, forget about it. He's absolutely rapid. He's as clinical as they come. There's no way he's going to miss a one-on-one. Ransford Yeboah with the brace makes it 2-0 Dresden. And after that, Man City just fell apart. Like their cohesion, their organisation, their formation had gone out the window. There were players just scattered all over the pitch. There was no organisation or chemistry whatsoever. With 17 minutes to go, Gattal punishes them on the break, making it 3-0, banging it in at the near post past Ederson and into the back of the net. 3-0 Dresden. Now with 6 minutes to go, desperately trying to cling on to the clean sheet as Man City knew they needed to get at least an away goal to have any chance of staying in this tie here. That shot going just wide by Gelhardt as it's still 3-0 Dynamo Dresden. And from the goal kick, passing out from the back, Gattal flicks on to Ransford Yeboah. Nice touch on the chest, takes it in his stride, back through ball to Gattal down the right hand side, and a chance to make it 4, which we'd do as Gadikli wraps it up in style, playing out from the back. You know, it's so funny, but I had to include the full passage of play there because there have been so many times where I've seen it in the comments. I know you guys say it sometimes. Stop always trying to play out from the back. Stop always trying to pass out from the back. You can't always do it. And I know. I'm kind of allergic to the circle button when I've got possession in and around my own penalty area. I never like to hoof it long. I never like just to launch the ball long, unless I've got a target man up top. You know, someone that's like 6'3", 6'4" with a lot of strength, decent ball control, decent heading accuracy. I never like to just hoof the ball long because I always feel like I'll surrender possession. That's why I always pass out from the back. And yes, I know, occasionally I'll get it wrong. You've seen it a few times this season, let alone this series, where I've tried to play out from the back. I've totally messed it up and I've gifted the AI a very easy goal. But occasionally, I say occasionally, oftentimes, it will lead to a chance for myself at the other end, and sometimes it will lead to a goal. It did there, 4-0 the final score, and we've got one leg in the Champions League final. Score at the Etihad Stadium and it is tie over. They will not score 6 goals against us. So for the second game of today's episode, as we know now, title wrapped up in the Bundesliga. So into this game here, Bayern Munich away from home at Sanderson Park. Ugh, the generic stadium, seriously. Am I right in thinking that the reason why the Allianz has been taken out of the game is because PES have the licensing for it, like with the new camp with Barcelona? Am I right there? I might be wrong, but I think that's why there's no Allianz in the game, like with new camp as well. I think PES have the rights to it now. But still, taking on Bayern away from home. You would have seen by my lineup, I fielded a completely weakened lineup because we had the second leg the following week in midweek away at the Etihad Stadium. Lost the game by 2-0. Macias with the first and Serge Gnabry, the former Man City winger, funnily enough, making it 2-0 as Bayern get the win there. It's just our second defeat in the Bundesliga all season long and our first defeat away from Dresden as well. But I could not care less because we've already wrapped up the title. There's nothing to play for. There's no more undefeated season possibility after I lost to Schalke back in February. So didn't really care. I wanted a fully fit side away for our trip to the northwest of England the following week because whilst we won the first leg 4-0, we know Man City have got the firepower. So I thought for sure I'm not going to take any chance whatsoever. Gabriel Jesus made it 1-0 and then I was starting to think, okay, alright, I can't defend. You guys know that. So I've got to make sure I get an away goal and give myself some breathing room. Restore the 4-goal goal cushion, and we would as well. And once that goal went in, all the pressure, all the nerves were settled. Ransford Yeboah, of course, making it 1-1 on the night and 5-1 over 2 legs, restoring our 4-goal cushion, getting that crucial away goal, and that would mean Man City would need an extra 5 goals in the second half. Simply wasn't going to happen. Yes, my defence can be poor sometimes, but there was no way I was going to concede 5 goals in 45 minutes. KDB got one for Man City, making it 2-1 as they would win on the night but lose over the 2 legs. It is over. We are through to the CL final after a 5-2 aggregate victory over Man City. And it's so funny as well, but if you think of all the knockout ties we've had, as you can see, we'll take on Leipzig in an all-German final after they beat Lyon 2-1 in the second leg, and I think it was 4-2 over 2 legs. It's an all-German CL final, Dresden versus RB Leipzig, and I absolutely love that. For a club and country, how fitting is that? A Champions League final, and it's all German. How fitting is that, as we'll take on RB Leipzig? That is so cool. But if you think about all the knockout ties we've had in the Champions League, round 16 Inter Milan, quarterfinals of Atletico, and then semi-finals Man City, we lost one of the 2 legs in every single tie. If you remember against Inter Milan, we lost the first leg, but won the second leg to make it through, I believe by a goal. In the quarterfinal against Atletico, we won the first leg but lost the second leg, but made it through on away goals. And then against Man City, we won the first leg and then lost the second leg but made it through on aggregate. So how interesting is that? I think that's the first time I've ever had that before, where I've lost every single, or at least in every single time, I've lost at least one of the 2 legs. And you couldn't lose both legs, otherwise you'll make it through. But I've lost one of the 2 legs and yet still made it through each single round. I think that's the first time I've ever experienced that. Really, really wild. But I guess it just goes to show you that the cliche is true. Football is a game of 2 halves. So yeah, making it through to the final. And again, how fitting is that? RB Leipzig, an all-German affair. And again, they are kind of a rival team of ours as well. So I'm looking forward to that CL final. And I've got to say, based on how Leipzig have struggled domestically since the save began, I think we're favourites. I think we're favourites for that Champions League final. So, following defeat to Man City and the draw for the final as well, we have Frankfurt here in our final game in Dresden in the Bundesliga, and we brushed them aside in the end with a 4-1 scoreline in this one. Very, very comprehensive victory. And again, whilst there's nothing to play for now in the Bundesliga, as I've mentioned before, due to how impactful form can be in this year's FIFA CM, I wanted to make sure that we'd win big in our final 2 games to make sure that our players would be in good form. They'd have those plus signs next to their player names for the attribute improvements, attribute increases heading into the CL final, and that's exactly what we'd see in the penultimate game of the season. And our final home game was Patagna, Brescia, not legend, but from my CNC save in the Brescia FM save last year, got Frankfurt a consolation goal. 4-1 was the final score in our final home game of the season. I know you guys are the same as me, but when you have your final home game, you always want to win it, regardless of whether there's anything to play for or not. You always want to win the final home game of a league season. We did win that game by 4-1, and for our final game of the Bundesliga season, Mainz away at the Opel Arena here. Again, absolutely nothing to play for, but still picked a relatively strong side. But I did play some Season 1, Season 2 OGs as well, just for the feel. You know, we had like Ehlers out there, we had Pfeiffer, we had Diawusi, of course, starting on the right, Daffner up top with Ransford Yeboah as well. Just to remind ourselves from how some of these players have stayed with us all since the series began. And yeah, taking on Mainz away from home. Ransford Yeboah got goal number 27 over the season to put us in front. 24 minutes in, back goal number 28 as well. What a cross by a good. Crosses in this year's FIFA, by the way, ridiculously OP. And by the way, how cool is this camera angle? Mentioned it so many times before, and I'll say it once again, always take note of where the away fans are housed. How cool does that look? Seriously. But 2-0 Dresden. Yeah, crosses in this year's FIFA are so OP. Remember a couple of years ago, FIFA, I think it was FIFA 19, crosses were just like, you could not score with them. They were just so inaccurate, it was ridiculous. But now they're just a bit too OP. I mentioned before, I think that's one of the problems with EA, is Schaefer makes it 3-0 here. Sometimes their fix for something that doesn't work is to then go and make it really OP, and then they say, ha, there you go. Like, for example, with crosses, they'd say, see, crosses didn't work, and now they do. And it's like, that's not the fix. You can't make something not work and then make it work every single time and call it a fix. It doesn't work that way. And the other way around as well, when they like completely ruin something that was an OP tactic, Do you remember chip through balls? Chip through balls, speaking of here, that's how we get our 4th goal. Chip through balls used to be like from kickoff ridiculously OP, and then I think there was one FIFA where like they were just so inaccurate, it was crazy. But that's not a fix. Like either taking something that doesn't work and then making it work like every single time, like crosses an issue as FIFA, that's not a fix. You need to get the right balance for certain things like that. But anyway, to wrap the season up here, I had to show you this goal on the replay. Rarely do this, but this looks so cool. What a fantastic finish from our number 35 here. The chip on the half volley. Oh, that's just inch perfect and cheeky from our number 35 as he gets the match ball on the final day and goal number 29 in the Bundesliga season. So back-to-back 4-1 victories to end the campaign off again. Didn't really mean anything to the league table as we'd obviously won the title a few games ago, but either way it's still really nice to have back-to-back victories to keep ourselves in good form. So in the end, as you can see, top scorers of 86 goals in 34 games. We're all about that here at Dresden. Only 16 goals conceded. League's best defenders back-to-back. What is going on? But 12 clear of Dortmund in the end in second and 15 clear of Bayern. It's safe to say Bayern's dominance in Germany is over. And once again, for the 3rd straight season, RB Leipzig finish outside the top 4. Fascinating, absolutely fascinating, because again, all the young talent they've got, you think they do better. Leverkusen, another team as well, I think they finished in the bottom half of the table this year. So interesting. As you can see, for the top scorers charts in the Bundesliga, Ransford Jabbar, first season where he doesn't get to 30, but I don't mind one bit because he won the assist title as well as the Golden Boot as well. Look at that, top 4 for Dynamo Dresden in the assist title. We also saw Sasha win the Golden Glove back-to-back this year as well with 22 clean sheets in 33 games. And also, as well, you would have seen Albert Simon, 2nd in the Golden Boot race as well. But he was snubbed. As you can see, team of the season, where was he? Agu was there, Marvin was there, and Ransford Jabbar was there. But what a snub that is. Simon did not make it into the team of the season. Only 3 representatives. Absolutely crazy. Totally snubbed. Sasha won the goalkeeper of the tournament. As we know, Ransford Jabbar won the Golden Boot. But he didn't win the player of the tournament for the first time in the save. He did not win player of the tournament. Very interesting indeed. That's a chip on his shoulder heading in to the Champions League final. Your best bet. So that will end today's episode of CNC, guys. So big thank you for it. If you have enjoyed it, if you have enjoyed the penultimate episode of season 5, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you for the official season finale, the Champions League final, an all German affair. You gotta love that. So fitting for a CNC as we take on one of our main rivals, RB Leipzig, in the Champions League final, going for a double. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the season finale, the Champions League final against RB Leipzig very soon.